Greetings to all at this time of celebration and festive activity. We are here to assist you toward a better understanding of the emotions some of you are experiencing at this time. This year, many are finding that holiday lights do not seem to be as bright, festivities not as attractive, shopping more of a burden, and that holiday celebrations no longer hold the same sense of excitement and enjoyment that they used to. This is because your evolving energetic frequency has shifted you out of alignment with much that up to now you enjoyed. Foods, entertainments, friends, etc., as well as many traditions no longer hold the same value they once held, which can make things difficult when you are in situations surrounded by people still in alignment with these things. Because you have evolved, attempts to revive the past and get on board as before simply will not work. This does not mean you will never again enjoy these things, but rather means you will begin to see and experience them in new ways and with a deeper understanding of what they represent, rather than from a level that is in alignment with the emotionally based commercial hype being broadcast to you 24/7. Excitement and celebrations will no longer be as intense as they were in the past, simply because you are now experiencing them from a different level of awareness. The world will continue to push and many will accept holiday concepts, whether they be traditions or simply TV promotions, because these things hold the promise of that happiness and love everyone seeks. Most of these promotions are based in the belief of lack and limitation, and as long as there remains a receptive audience at that level, they will continue. Businesses functioning from the third-dimensional sense of lack and limitation are beginning to sense change, which is causing them to intensify sales efforts through ever more promotions, gimmicks, and emotional nonsense. In order to be successful in the new energies, businesses must begin to function at the level of these new energies, which is the level of love and gratitude. Love, I lovingly do my best to provide for you what you need. Gratitude, you respond with just and fair payment. An example of a higher resonating business is one in which the owner and workers go out of their way to make things right for a customer, even to the point of occasionally telling them that they really don't need the particular product or service. An old energy business is one that really doesn't care about its services or product, customers, or employees as long as the sale is made. Things will never again be as they once were. The idea of the good old days is a myth. In reality, these were times in which a great deal of darkness and density was either well hidden, or accepted by a society with rigid concepts of morality. Evolution cannot be stopped. Mankind is graduating and cannot go back to places outgrown, although many are trying. We wish to speak on the subject of disease. Disease simply refers to interrupted, discordant energy, disease, within one or more of your bodies, physical, mental, emotional, or even spiritual. Disease perfectly reflects duality and separation and has become firmly established in world consciousness because of the many unawakened lifetimes everyone has lived within that belief system. God does not, nor cannot sustain or maintain anything unlike itself, for it is all there is. If disease was a divine idea in the mind of God, it would be forever incurable, held permanently in place by divine law. At this time, when a great deal of cellular clearing is taking place, most of you are experiencing various physical symptoms. However, disease is still being formed anew from an alignment with certain belief systems, cellular memory of some disease still active, and occasionally a specifically chosen lesson. You are creators. Whenever society directs attention to a specific disease in some way, it automatically causes it to become more fully integrated into the universal human mind as a power. Because you are spiritual beings, your real body is spiritual. Everyone has a permanent spiritual energetic body, but the density of the third dimension requires a physical denser body. Every soul chooses pre-birth and with guidance, their parents, time of birth, name, if parents can intuit it, gender, and a vehicle that would best serve them in accomplishing what they have chosen to learn while on Earth. Some souls specifically choose a body with physical or mental imperfections, because it will perfectly serve their soul growth or that of the parents. These are usually soul group decisions. The soul does not enter at conception, as many believe, but most will go in and out until the later phases of gestation when it permanently enters its chosen vehicle. This leaves time for a soul to decide if the vehicle, parents, and situation are those that will best meet their intentions. Never judge yourself or others according to any physical, emotional, or mental issues you or they may be dealing with. The appearance of a perfect physical body does not always reflect a high state of consciousness because the energy of duality always manifests as pairs of opposites. The sick or deformed body, or the mentally impaired person you see may be an evolved soul, who out of love, chose that particular vehicle in order to assist with another's learning process. In reality, as with everything in the material world, the physical body is simply a three-dimensional interpretation of the perfect spiritual body, but that level of awareness has not yet been attained by most. After incarnating into third-dimensional energy, most forget and begin to accept beliefs and concepts based in duality and separation, setting the stage for accidents, disease, and discords of every kind. As a soul evolves and becomes aware of who and what they are, this is automatically reflected in the physical. The best anti-aging, beauty treatment is meditation because it aligns a person with their true self. This is how Jesus performed so-called miracles. Because those seeking help aligned with his state of consciousness, a consciousness devoid of any beliefs of disease, the outer appearances of discord simply dissolved, having nothing to feed and support them. This was not healing nor was it a miracle, rather it was a revealing of the universal reality which is never personal or limited to one special person, but is rather the natural expression of an attained consciousness of truth. As mankind begins to realize that disease is formed from energies of duality and separation, they will begin to cease creating them. Age and deterioration, lack and limitation, sickness and health, are firmly embedded beliefs promoted throughout the world as reality, but which in reality are concepts based in the belief in them. Health is an area where the majority have given their personal power away in deference to the experts. Many still believe themselves to be at the mercy of their body, and so from a level of fear, embrace every new promotion or expert advice regarding what foods to eat, what exercises to do, and everything bad for them, concepts that more often than not, become obsolete as soon as a new expert comes along. What may be right for one, may be totally wrong for another, because everyone is an individual expression of source. Food is actually the material sense of energy. At a certain point in the evolutionary process, you will begin to get your energy directly, rather than needing to get it from material food. This is why you may hear or read about people who do not need to eat, fruitarians, breatharians, and is also why many of you are now experiencing smaller appetites. You are beginning to get your energy from within, and don't need as much physical food. Most do not realize that health is an area where power needs to be reclaimed. It is a gradual process that few have fully attained at this point. It is very important not to fall into the trap of believing that you have somehow spiritually failed if you get sick or are experiencing some disease. Rather than aligning with whatever is being touted as the latest health trend, trust your intuition to guide you in knowing what foods, exercise, or actions are appropriate for you. You will discover that some ideas will resonate in a way that you respond to, and others will not. Trust this. When you live from this level, those things right for you may seem to come from some person, article, class, etc., but in reality, will be coming from your own state of consciousness, through them. It is important not to ignore something physical in the belief that you are above needing human help or that you must handle it spiritually. Be very honest with yourselves, trusting your intuition and never pretending a state of consciousness not yet attained. Most importantly, Do not fall into a sense of guilt when you feel the need to seek help. Help is available on all levels of awareness, and you do not spiritually regress if you hold truth within as you realize a need to seek it. On Earth there are many basic reasons for the body to function less than optimum: false foods, separation from the healing energies of nature, and even the pollution you breathe and drink in every day affects your physical body, until you attain and are able to live out from a consciousness of their non-power. You are learning to move beyond world beliefs and not react with fear and trepidation to every ache and pain with visualizations of diseases and dire events. Instead, use every experience as a tool to remember and more fully integrate the truth that you are a divine being with a body of light who happens to be using a physical vehicle at this time in order to learn and experience. You are not your body. You have a body, but you are not a body. Just as with your automobile, you take care of it, wash it, fuel it, and give it regular maintenance, but you never become it. We are the Arcturian group,